She can't be with someone who would make something that would kill their friends. Not this.
Oh,
He can't
damn.
support Tony
Wait.
Stark's initiative.
Yo, Reed lost his girl? Oh, damn. Yeah, he's definitely wrong. You lost Susan? Yo, do not let your shorty on the streets. Man, let's get back into it. You know what I'm saying? What's good with y'all? Today we're going to be watching Civil War, the complete story. This comic, is a lot deeper than this video. I don't think you could summarize all of Civil War in 13 minutes. But shout out my man's comic story and rest in peace to the GOAT. It's just to talk about the entire story, and I'll try to fill in things that he might not talk about, apparently. But like, there's a lot of things you kind of need to know before you get into Civil War. Not OD compared to Secret Wars that we read like a few weeks back. Probably damn near a month by now if I'm not wrong. But we get this down and see what they got going on. Let's get it. And I muted it on accident, bro. There we go.
Welcome to our complete story series, where we go over trade paperbacks and single issues, and we break them down into digestible bites, and then we read it dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by the respective companies. This is one of the most requested stories here at the channel, and today we're going to finally go over the Marvel Civil War.
One thing I love about the comic version, which is why, and also why it sucks that movie rights happened the way that it happened, is if you see the Civil War, bro, these are characters that would never pull up in the MCU, bro. They got She-Hulk on one side. She-Hulk is actually like one of the original Avengers. She's in like damn near every Avenger story. She ain't even met any Avenger besides Smart Hulk, which ain't even the real Hulk for real, but we can get into that later. The Fantastic Four is all over the place here. The X-Men's all over the place here. You see Venom right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are so many characters that get to just interact in the comics you just can't see in the movies, which kind of sucks. But it is what it is. This is how the movie rights stuff got split down. Like, I didn't even know till like last week that the reason why we have no Hulk movies is because MCU doesn't even own Hulk's rights. They could even make a solo Hulk movie if they wanted to. Because if it was up to them, I feel like it's a huge sold bag if it was up to them. And they just never decided to make another solo Hulk movie. Especially with the new actor. I forget his name. Like, imagine a Planet Hulk movie before Thor Ragnarok. That would have went stupid. And Hulk was always top 3. Hulk was always top 3 in terms of popularity. He was always top 3. Like, before the MCU kind of like saved all these broke niggas' lives, it was really Spider-Man, Wolverine, and the Hulk. It was by far. And everyone who was born pre-Avengers 2012, everyone who knew superheroes pre-Avengers 2012 knows it was them 3 by far. By far. And like Spider-Man was because of his movies, and Spider-Man's just Spider-Man. And he had mad games too. Wolverine, mainly because of the movies. Hulk only had like 2 movies, but he was still the Hulk. Nigga, like, it's Hulk, bro. But that's kind of all I had to say. Also, Cap is a Hydra agent in Civil War. He is, bro. Is this before the Hail Hydra thing or after? Cause I know that panel was huge, but this came out pretty not super recent, but I think it came out. I would assume it came out after.
It is massive, and we're only going to be covering the core 7 issues of the plotline. If you want to go much deeper and have a much more in-depth look at this storyline, please go visit our friend over at Comics Explained, as he dives so much deeper into the whole thing. Things begin not with Iron Man and Captain America, but with the New Warriors and the reality TV show. You see, the New Warriors are the first superhero team to bring a reality TV show crew with them as they catch
the Avengers used to be sorry. Yo, the Avengers actually used to be sorry, bro. Like back when it was just like the original, like when I see the original comics, bro, let me go take a look. Like, let me show you the OG Avengers, bro. Like, first comic. Like, they had the Wasp on their squad, bro. Like, their original squad was some dog dookie, bro. Yeah, Ant-Man the Wasp were part of the original squad. They had Vision, though. They had Hawkeye still. Thor was still there. Who's that in the back? Can't see. Who is this? Is this Quicksilver? I don't want to say Quicksilver. It's been he probably is Quicksilver because Scarlet Witch is right here. The OG versions were like the Guardians of the Globe. Yo, Aikido. That's not Quicksilver. Who this is? Forgetting. And then Iron Man. You know, the OG Avengers were like, sorry, I ain't gonna lie, they were low-key cheeks. It is Quicksilver. I don't know why. Nigga said it wasn't then. Yeah, I remember this one. Yup. Dude, let me like when you look up the original Infinity War comic. Infinity War comic, like the original. When has a speedster ever been sorry? Yo, speedsters get hoed, bro. Don't even get me started on speedsters. Speedsters get hoed, man. We can watch a whole video on that, bro. Speedsters get hoed. In the Infinity War, there's a whole bunch of characters, but they all get dogged by Thanos. Like this page, I mean, is so tough. Come and get me. This page is so hard. Yeah, everybody and their mama come and pull up on Thanos, and they all get whipped. All get whipped, bro. Captain America being a Hydra agent from Civil War 2 and not 1. Oh, okay. Was not hip about that. Kind of funny how Spider-Man Loki esque with Hulk more than Wolverine. Wolverine gets on Spidey's nerves a lot, but Spider-Man gets the Hulk and vice versa. I don't know how, man. I know the Wolverine don't mess with like anybody though. Like isn't there a whole animated movie with Wolverine fighting the Hulk? I swear there was. I used to watch the fight all the time. Or it's like a part of an animation. Let me see. Wolverine versus the Hulk. Yo, shout out. I'm gonna put this in my watch later. This villain is actually crazy. If y'all know who that is, that villain's actually insane. I might even react to that right now. Yeah, the Hulk versus Wolverine. Yeah, exactly. This fight went stupid, bro. Stupid, absolutely stupid, bro. What about Darkseid, the better Thanos? Darkseid is the better Thanos. Thanos is still that nigga. I was about to say Thanos got like saved by Infinity War, but I would even say that, bro. Thanos is still that guy. But Darkseid just Darkseid, man. Darkseid does too much, man. When you actually know what Darkseid be doing, bro, and like how he be scrapping with Superman and all, man, like I don't know. I wouldn't say Thanos is MCU carry because that original comic was always iconic #1, and he was great in that original comic. He is fantastic. Like, dude, don't sleep on Thanos, bro. Do not sleep. I wouldn't say he got MCU carry. There's a lot of great stuff Thanos does, but he ain't Darkseid though. He's not Darkseid. Let's get on this.
They crack the jokes and they make for some good television. But this isn't a game. These kids don't seem to realize that as Namorita tackles Nitro into a school bus as the children in the playground look on. But Nitro looks at Namorita. You guys aren't used to real villains, and you're playing with the big boys now. And then he explodes right next to the school,
killing so many kids.
All the children in the school included. Every superhero in the area came to aid the relief efforts, and the tragedy struck the entire nation. This is all the costume vigilantes' fault. They think they can just run around and do whatever they want because they're in costumes. After attending the mass funeral for all of those lost, a woman spits in Tony Stark's face, calling him a filthy piece of crap.
This happens in the movie too, but it's not in like this, not in this way. It's like the black girl that comes to Tony Stark and is like, "What are you gonna do to my son that like died while he was out in Sokovia for like a freaking college trip or something, bro?" I think Civil War's a great story. I feel like there's a Thanos versus Darkseid death battle. If you haven't seen it, I've not seen it. We could definitely get to watching that. I feel bad for Screwball. Is Screwball one of the heroes that in the beginning? Like, it's low-key their fault. They was screwing around a little too much, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's real life their fault. The woman dumb, what did Tony do? I mean, he is a hero, and he is a part of what they got going on. The Avengers had nothing to do with what the reality TV show people were doing. But this story does not count all of what Bucky did. I know Bucky's stuff led into this. I've not read it in a very long time, but I remember this nigga like blows up Philadelphia or something crazy. Bucky does some insane stuff before this comic too. Like, it wasn't just the reality show thing. Like, Bucky explodes Philadelphia. Yeah, he explodes Philip. It's this right here. Like, yo, the Winter Soldier was going crazy. It's the eight of the worst things that Winter Soldier has ever done. Like, we could go through this whole thing. Carried out a terrorist attack in Philadelphia. What's the number one thing that's the worst thing he's ever done? What's the worst crimes Winter Soldier has ever committed, bro? We could go through this whole thing. It's on YouTube. I'm watching it right after this vid. We're gonna watch it right after this vid, bro. Yeah, the sequence of the reality TV show was the final straw. Yeah, that's what I remember. But that was not the only thing that caused it.
A woman spits in Tony Stark's face, calling him a filthy piece of crap. And when he tried to deny being involved with the New Warriors activity, she just yelled.
First time in stream, love your content, man. Hey, I appreciate you. What is it, School Scooter? It's a crazy name, bro. But I appreciate you, gang.
Him for financing the Avengers and telling kids for years that they can live outside of the law as long as they're wearing tights. As she's carried away, she yells at him for funding this sickness with his billions. Meanwhile, Johnny Storm, also known as the Human Torch, is trying to enjoy a night out when a bunch of angry civilians corner him in a back alley, calling him a baby killer. He tries to defend himself.
Doing that to Johnny Storm is crazy. Y'all got balls. Doing that to John, he could burn y'all in 2 seconds. And he's a hothead too, no pun intended. But like he don't got no patience. This ain't Reed, nigga. He could have real life murked y'all, bro. That's insane. That is insane. Who is y'all favorite Marvel character or MCU character? MCU? Favorite out the MCU is probably Iron Man. Favorite in the comics? In the comics, that's a good one. I really like the Hulk in the comics. I really like the Hulk. Captain America I actually like quite a bit. I don't know how high I'd put him, but I really like Hulk. If I had to pick comic, it'd be Hulk. If I had to pick MCU, it'd be Iron Man. But like in the comics, yo, Captain America be up there. Captain America got some of my favorite moments in so many of the comics. There's so many comics that I've read where it's like Captain America has got the coldest moment in the run. Like when I watched it, when I read Infinity War, he has a moment. I think it's when he like stands to Thanos and does nothing. He just stares at him. Like, bro, Captain America got some of the coldest moments. I gotta like go through the comic and see exactly what I'm talking about. I'll put Infinity War right after and we'll go look. But let's get into it, bro. Y'all, when you guys get me yapping, we end up not reacting. So let's get into it, chat. Hopefully it doesn't buffer.
Then he takes a bottle to the head, knocking him out cold. The mob then begins to beat on him until he needs to be hospitalized. Due to angry mobs, angry politicians, and some confused superheroes,
beating Johnny Storm is crazy. How'd they do that? What the freak? No way.
The government decides to take the matter into their own hands, and they're going to attempt to pass a law. One that will require all superheroes to reveal their real identities. And once they do so, they will all work for S.H.I.E.L.D. as paid federal employees. They'll get paychecks, health benefits, and actual jobs. But they do need to reveal their secret identities. The superheroes are divided by the idea, with Reed Richards and Iron Man both thinking that this would be a great idea. This is a wake-up call, and all of these other superheroes are lucky that the public has put up with them hiding behind these masks.
Bro, they are the worst two people to ever be agreeing with that. Everybody knows you're Tony Stark, nigga. Everybody knows you're Reed Richards. Not everybody has that luxury. This is like when rich people try to make rules for poor people. Like, y'all don't get what it is, bro. Like, y'all are in a completely different realm. Y'all don't get the actual reality, bro. Like, Peter Parker shows his identity. And then you'll see, we react to the comic that happens as an effect of this event, where Kingpin basically beats the living crap out of Aunt May. We see what happens when it happens to other people. Y'all are not, like, y'all are lucky, bro. Like, Tony Stark could live in the freaking Beverly Hills, have his entire house locked up by Jarvis, bro. Peter Parker can't do that, bro. Reed doesn't even have a mask. Exactly. Like, come on, man.
But Spider-Man arrives in a new Iron Spider suit of armor that Tony Stark made for him before this story began. And he tells all of them his opinion, that this is a horrible idea. If everyone knows what his identity is, what's going to keep villains from attacking his family? Regardless of what the government decides, though, Daredevil just tells everyone, this is the end of their way of life, as as they know it. Meanwhile, on the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier, Maria Hill, the current director of S.H.I.E.L.D., is having a discussion with Captain America. She explains that this is going to happen. It's going to vote in 2 weeks, and it could be as little as a month before they actually pass it.
Yo, Maria Hill, I hear in the comics is a menace. I've not read many comics with her in it. I hear she's a menace, and I don't think the MCU is ever going to do anything with her. But the actor they got for her, number one, I'm doing an Avengers 2012 video. She's tough. The actor they got for her is very gorgeous, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Well, that's number one. Two, I don't think they plan to have her be like the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. in like the MCU. The MCU killed her Secret Invasion. I didn't even know that. Look at that. Spoilers next time though. Spoilers next time. But thank you, Zev. Also, all heroes have the other superhero community to fall back on. Iron Man, Cap, and Reed could turn to each other turn to heroes for help. Spidey don't got that. Spidey does not. Spidey could if he wanted to though. He's in New York. The Avengers Tower is right there. He always hits up the Fantastic Four too. I know the Fantastic Four. He's always around. At least in a few comics, he's always around the Fantastic Four. Like Spider-Man, if he really wanted to, he could heap some people up, bro. He could if he wanted to, bro. Someone said something I wanted to see. I love the Iron Spider suit in the comics, but I hate it in the MCU. What do y'all think about the Iron Spider suit, chat? People loved it till they didn't like it anymore. Like when this came out in the MCU, people loved it, and then like 2 years later, everyone thought it was garbage. I think it's pretty cool. Like in this movie, it looks kind of bad, but like in Infinity War, I didn't dislike it. You know, I thought it was pretty dope, but might just be a me thing.
And Captain America just looks at her. Excuse me? Are you asking me to arrest people who risk their lives every day of the week? And Maria coldly looks back at him. No, I'm asking you to obey the will of the American people, Captain. Don't you start playing politics with me. Superheroes need to be above all of that, unless you're going to start telling us the identity of the supervillains.
Exactly.
But Maria stands her ground. She tells the guards to get ready. Are you with us or against us, Captain? So Captain America gives the men one shot. Put down your guns, men. And Maria shouts, "Tranquilizers, now!" Captain America begins to knock the soldiers over, and he grabs one of them as a human shield against all of the tranq darts. He then runs towards the windows, knocking out everyone as he goes, and he leaps out of the shield helicarrier. He quickly steers himself to a nearby jet.
Cap really is him, bro. Oh my, dude. Riding on top of a jet like a surfboard is crazy. Dude, look at this nigga. Bro, Oral Farm Hall of Fame. Oral Farm Hall of Fame. Tell me not, chat. Nigga, he got it.
Against the bill being passed, the protesters begin to stage outside of the White House, demanding that this bill get passed now. So Mr. Fantastic, Yellow Jacket, and Iron Man all tell the president that they will handle Captain America. Things begin to move swiftly. The law gets passed, and the superheroes such as Tony Stark back it. Identities are being revealed to the public, and the public appears to be happy that they can trust their superheroes again. Tony Stark sits up high in his tower, wondering if they've even done the right thing, while S.H.I.E.L.D. begins to pick up any superhero stragglers who refuse to sign up. But Captain America has built a rebellion, and they are using their powers to rescue anybody that S.H.I.E.L.D. picks up. He's building his own rebellious army.
His army gets big too. I'm telling you, when these two box, their armies are huge. Like legitimately huge, bro. Zev, what's your favorite Iron Man suit? Whichever Iron Man suit is in Avengers 2012 is my favorite. I don't know the mark's name. I don't know the names of each mark. Iron Man Avengers 2012. This one right here. I love this one right here. Don't know what that one's called though, but whichever mark that one is.
Two of the oldest friends in the Marvel Universe, Tony Stark, the Iron Man, and Steve Rogers, Captain America, are at odds, and they can't agree, and each insists that they are right. So Tony decides to up the ante, and he calls a press conference where he's invited Spider-Man. Spider-Man is very well known among the superhero community, but his identity has always been a closely guarded secret. That is until today when he unmasks himself on stage to show the world, to show the
worst mistake
to show Steve
of
Rogers
his life.
that this is okay. Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and the whole world knows this now.
Worst mistake of this man's life, bro. Worst mistake of his life. Comic Civil War versus MCU Civil War is like a hydrogen bomb against a coffin baby. That's exactly what I said in my Civil War video. It's like when you read the comic one compared to this, like, yo, the comics, them niggas was dying. Like, they was real life boxing, life or death out there. Like, Civil War ain't feel like that to the last fight. I still love that movie. I think that movie's fantastic. I wouldn't put it against the movie, the fact that it's not like the comic. Like, they couldn't do Civil War and have that many characters until like after Endgame. And I think Civil War is they did too well of like as an entire action movie. I feel like that movie did really well to where like I don't give it like I can let it slide. There's 2 Civil Wars in the comics anyway. They could have made a Civil War 2 if they really wanted to. So
does nothing to convince Captain America.
At this point though, I feel like if they made a Civil War 2, they'd be like, "Oh, Marvel's so desperate they're making the same movie again." I don't think they could do that now. I think it'd be a bad move if they did that now. People would not adhere favorably to Civil War 2, I think, right now. But like, Marvel gotta win the people back first. Marvel has to win the people back first, bro. I don't know if Doomsday's gonna do it. I've been seeing a lot of Doomer talk about Doomsday. I think Doomsday will probably still be good, but I don't know. I'm not even confident about good. Like, I think it's gonna be good, but like I can't even stamp it in full confidence. In all honesty, I can't even stamp it in full confidence, bro.
He forms what he calls the Secret Avengers. They go out to stop crimes wherever they can find them, while Iron Man insists that he'll put a stop to this eventually. So he comes up with a plan, and he tricks Captain America and his team, and they put out a fake panic signal claiming to be a chemical factory that is about to burn down. But Iron Man isn't here to fight. Once Captain America shows up, he offers Captain America and his team amnesty if they just agree to come with Tony to the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier. Spider-Man even jumps in stating that this is crazy. They shouldn't be fighting each other. They should be fighting against the bad guys. So Captain America agrees to give Iron Man 5 minutes.
Yep.
5 minutes to explain the whole thing to him once again. And he reaches out to shake Iron Man's hand. And when Iron Man takes his hand and begins to shake it, Cap has slipped an EMP mine into it.
Did him so bad.
Ground, and the superhero
Did that nigga so bad.
The superheroes begin to fight it out. Every superhero goes against each other. Former friends, former family, former teammates. None of that matters now. All of the other superheroes don't even matter at all. The only thing that matters is the fight between Captain America and Iron Man. Iron Man quickly throws Captain America through a wall, and he punches him in the kidneys. His armor has been programmed to know every one of Captain America's moves, and he uses that to destroy
This is not the... I feel like he skipped quite a bit, no? Am I tripping? I feel like he skipped quite a bit. This is a crazy piece, by the way, bro. That is a crazy right. Insane right he put on that nigga. I feel like he skipped a lot, though. Is there not, like... There's a bunch of stuff that happens with, like, a fake Thor... Spider-Man switches. Did I not go through the whole thing yet? This is, like, a way after. This might be way after. Okay, but I know, like, dude, like, Spider-Man switches size, things like that. Like, I don't think this ain't the whole story yet. I paused. I might have paused too early. We're gonna find out.
Anybody can come to Captain America's aid. Thor arrives on the scene.
Yeah, there he is.
This isn't the Thor that we all know and love. That Thor died in an earlier event. This Thor is a cloned robot created by Reed Richards. And this fake Thor begins to swing his hammer and decimate Captain America's team. Everyone notices that something isn't right. This fake Thor is insanely overly brutal.
I don't even know how Reed Richards did that. Dude, some of these niggas just be too comically smart. I don't even know how you did. How did he even do that? How did you even possibly do that? That is so... Bro. Hey.
But while fake Thor is beating the tar out of Cap's team, Iron Man blows up the building that he's battling Captain America in. And just before a car crushes a horribly injured Cap, Falcon swings in and grabs him, and he begins to shout for Cloak to teleport them all out of here.
Type.
So Goliath decides that he'll be the one to hold off fake Thor while the rest of the team gets the Cloak to be teleported.
You think Goliath will ever come in a comic chat? No, not comic. I meant MCU. Do you think Goliath will ever show up, bro? We need more black superheroes up on there, bro. And we need Black Panther recast. I hate the fact that's a whole thing. I hate how they're just like, they're never letting anyone do anything with Black Panther because the Chadwick Boseman died. I love that nigga. Rest in peace. Rest his soul. They would never do that for any other superhero though. Like, and like, dude, black people just do not have enough superheroes out there. I think they need to replace him. As much respect, like I appreciate their respect, but like them not even giving a voice to the animated the Black Panther is like insane. They would never do that for a Spider-Man, bro. Isn't there a new Black Panther though? Yeah, the Shuri. But I'm talking about like a new T'Challa. I feel like they should definitely do that. Like, imagine if Andrew Garfield passed or something like that, and they were still in the middle of Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't think they can the whole thing. They definitely replace Spider-Man. Like, there is some cases where they just didn't do that. Like Joker, they didn't recast Joker. But that's a villain. That's different. Like, imagine if like the Batman died mid-trilogy. Like, I think they would probably just replace the Batman. Maybe. I don't know. But I feel like it's been due time. Like they should definitely, like, to the point where even the animated series can't get nothing. That's where I started to have a problem. I know people been had a problem with it. I didn't have it. OD. Like, they just made sure he died. Like, I was like, okay, sure, whatever. But and they replaced it with Shuri. Like, I'm not bothered by that. But like, the fact that Marvel Zombies won't even have a voice for Black Panther is so crazy. That is like insane. Like, I get, like, it gets to a point. Like, yes, respect, but come on, that is just so, what? Like, we can't have the character at all anymore. Like, that's just crazy to me.
The rest of the team gets the cloak to be teleported. But fake Thor shoots a lightning bolt right through Goliath, killing him instantly. Everyone stops
crazy,
and they look on in horror as their little civil war has now killed one of their own. Captain America and his team warp out using Cloak's teleportability, and Spider-Man looks on in horror at the body of Goliath. Tony, I thought you said you had this under control. Both sides are divided by this one act. Some, like Spider-Man and Hank Pym, begin to ask themselves, is this what they signed up for? To clone a god to kill their friends? While Captain America's team begins to question their leader. Are they trying to fight for the old way of things? Maybe this is just an old man clinging on to his old way of life? Is Captain America just unable to get with the times? Heroes begin to defect from Tony's side to go to Cap's side, while some from Cap's side begin to defect to Tony's side.
Yep.
And some of them just say the hell with all of this, and they strike out on their own, waiting for this to resolve itself. But there are two important events that come out of Goliath's death. First,
yeah, would y'all have switched sides? Like, let's say if you're on Iron Man or Cap's side. After the fake Thor kills Goliath, would y'all have switched sides or gone solo? Someone in the chat said they would have gone solo. I don't know whose side I would be on in the comics. I don't know how, like, all the events as well as I know the MCU's events. Like, if I'm looking at it from a civilian's perspective, from in the MCU anyway, I would definitely want these heroes to get on it. Because I feel like besides literally the Loki attack and Captain America, the Winter Soldier, where it was the government doing all that destruction, it wasn't even like the Avengers' fault. Everything else, low-key, the Avengers be wildin'. Like, y'all, like, Ultron, or you can say Ultron was all Iron Man's fault. Like, they be doing some things, like, I go through it in that video, they be doing some things like, come on, bro, y'all ain't even taking this seriously for real, bro. Like, real life, like, Avengers 2012 was out of their hands, though. Avengers 2012 was 100% out of their hands. But, like, all the other stuff, I ain't gonna lie, y'all be wildin'. Y'all be wildin'. In the comics, I don't know what I would pick. I feel like I wouldn't trust S.H.I.E.L.D., especially with Maria Hill. I would probably be Cap's side in the comic. I probably would be Cap's side in the comics anyway. The MCU, from how I analyze the movies from my YouTube, like, I think I'd probably be, I'm still Team Iron Man. Especially after the Bucky situation, I would probably be Team Iron Man. But if I was Team Cap in the Marvel version, I would definitely defect to Iron Man after seeing what the Bucky thing, bro. I definitely would defect. But that's me, though.
Of that Thor clone. She can't be with someone who would make something that would kill their friends. And Peter Parker decides that he's going to get Tony to stop this.
Oh, damn. Wait, I dead forgot that, bro. Yo, Reed lost his bill over this? Yo, Reed lost his girl. Oh, damn. Yeah, he's definitely wrong. Oh, yeah, you real wrong. You real wrong. Oh, you real wrong. You lost Sue Storm? You lost Susan? Bro, don't let her out on these streets, twin. Hey. Don't let her out on these streets, twin. Yo, you saw what Rivals was doing out there, though. Yo, you saw what Rivals was doing there, though. Hold on. You saw what Rivals done drop, nigga. Yo, do not let your shorty on the streets. Man, let's get back into it. You know what I'm saying? Do not let your shorty on the streets, nigga. Yo, nah, you wildin'. Oh, God. You wildin'.
He can't support Tony Stark's initiative anymore if their friends are dying. So he goes to Tony's tower to try to get Tony to come to his senses, but Tony just tells him that this is for the good of everyone.
They fight here, I think.
Pointed at Peter for deciding
not wrong.
The two of them
they
fight
don't.
it out,
Okay, they do.
Peter gets out of the tower and he flees through the sewers heavily injured. He would have died there if Frank Castle the Punisher didn't rescue him and bring him to Captain America's team to get
yeah, bro. Bro, people were trying to post this panel being like this is gonna happen in Brave New or Brand New Day, whatever the movie's coming out. The new movie that's coming out. This panel's gonna get recreated. I don't think it will, but this would be so. Imagine something like this happens. Like Spider-Man fights the Hulk, he gets beat so bad, and the Punisher takes him somewhere. This would be so tough, bro. They'd have to change the context of the panel, obviously, but I would love to see this recreated. I don't know what in the new movie would beat up Spider-Man to this extent, but
America's team to get medical.
Need that one.
With everyone switching
W
sides,
Punisher.
Tony Stark has a prison in the negative zone built to hold the superheroes who are trying to fight against this. And this is exactly what Captain America wants. All of the superheroes who are against the Superhero Registration Act in one location. So he gets his entire team into the negative zone prison. Except Tony Stark is already there with his own team. And he tells Cap that he just walked into...
Yo, Venom is on that side? I forgot, yo. I forgot about that, though. Nigga, what? Yo, that's crazy.
But Cap just says, "Oh, you're double agent? We knew about her." And just then, Hank Pym removes his hood and changes back into Hulkling, one of the young Avengers who can shapeshift.
Damn.
Reed realizes that if Hulkling was able to mimic Hank's voice, then every cell in this negative zone prison is unlocked, and Cap now has every superhero that Tony ever captured on his side.
Wow.
Both teams look at each other and they realize this is going to be one hell of a fight.
Peep Dagger up there.
Teams begin to beat each other into the ground, and Maria Hill of S.H.I.E.L.D. decides to take this opportunity to just lock everybody into the negative zone. She'll lock up every superhero into this dimension, and that'll just end all of the...
That's Matt Gargan, the Scorpion, not Eddie Brock? Oh, okay, fair.
...problems. But Cloak sees this coming, and he uses everything in his ability to teleport every single...
I need to really start... I've been reading a lot of comics on my off time, like when I'm not streaming and stuff like that. I want to start reading some runs, for real. Like, what I've mainly been doing, I've been seeing, like, the one-off stories, things like that. Like, I've peeped, if y'all know, what's the X-Men comic that also has a movie, a really good movie? It got time travel in it and all that. Days of Future Past. Like, things like that. I've been, like, reading a lot of, like, that. But, like, the only run I've ever read was the Ultimate Spider-Man run. I want to actually start, like, reading some runs. My friend told me Daredevil got, like, the best... Daredevil and Hulk got like the best two runs like out of any superhero. I definitely might run those and then like talk about it on stream or something like that. But like I definitely gotta get on those, bro. Comic Story and Ultimate Spider-Man is peak. I could watch that on stream. Like we could have a day just react to the whole thing. I'm so down for that. That would do really well for the channel too. I'm 100% down for that.
Person out of the negative zone and into the middle of New York City. The two teams begin to battle it out with each other, flying through buildings, tearing apart the streets, and flipping buses. The police try their best to get all of the civilians to safety while there are no superheroes here to save the day, because all of the superheroes are busy beating the tar out of each other. Spider-Man is too busy battling with Reed Richards. Sue is too busy battling against Taskmaster. Hercules is too busy destroying the Thor robot. There's just no one here to save the day this time, and countless citizens are getting injured as a consequence of this massive battle. Captain America eventually stands over a defeated Tony Stark. With Tony's armor broken and cracked, he tells Cap to finish this. Captain America realizes that after all of this, he needs to end this. He's ready to end this. And just then, the civilians jump on him.
Yeah, I remember this one, yup.
Hold him down, they cry. And Cap just yells out, "We're trying to help you!" While another stranger just says, "Help who? You're destroying our city."
And this is where he turns himself in.
Cap sees the damage. He sees what
Civil War should have been animated. Yo, I would love this to be animated. Like the original comic. I don't know why it's not pausing. The original comic, I would love this to be animated, bro.
He cries out for everyone to just stop this now. And everyone looks at him. He holds his hands out to the police and tells them, "You aren't
So
arrested,
fire,
Mr.
bro. Anonymous gifter. I don't know who it was, but hey, shout outs to you, GOAT.
Rogers." And he turns himself in. The Civil War ended with that. The Registration Act stayed in place for some time while Tony Stark was made the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Sue Richards returned to Reed, though there remained some animosity between them. Spider-Man just went back to being Spider-Man, though the world knew who he was now. Now, before I go,
Yeah,
I
bro.
want to comment a couple of
And
things.
Spider-Man's life became hell after that. Spider-Man can't be Spider-Man with his identity out. Like, there's some heroes you just can't do that, bro. Imagine people knew Batman was Bruce Wayne. With them Gotham villains, bro, with that new Joker, yeah, hell, dude, hell nah, bro. Not possible. You can't have that happen, bro. Cannot have that happen. Appreciate y'all so much for watching. Make sure you like, comments, and subscribe. And tap into the Twitch if you can. Shout out to y'all. I shall see y'all next time.